Hey there guys, welcome to another Battle Knights Battle Report. Today I have with me my friend James, and for once I'm not actually playing a new person. James has actually played Kings of War before, is that right?
Yes, quite a few times. Only once for the new system, what were we on? Two? Yeah, Kings of War 2.
And he's also playing with a complete brand new army that I've not seen before, and it's a really cool looking army, so I'll show you guys that in a minute. And James will have to explain what they are, because to me they're just a bunch of insect people. But yeah, so how many times have you played this for? Half a dozen times at least? Have you been to a few tournaments or something?
Kings of War, no, I've played Kings of War loads of times. It was one of my regular games, but I was using Ogres at the time then. But now I've changed the new system, new army. So I've just started building up my Nightstalker army. It's Mythos themed. So there's lots of Cthulhu, lots of technically insecty type things there. Yeah, when it's painted at the moment, it's just unnatural at the moment.
It's a good thing you know someone who paints.
Yeah, it's good that. Yeah. Well, you haven't got a finished painted army yet.
That's true, yeah. Alright, so we'll go on to the armies now, and just so info, we're playing Kings of War 2nd edition, 1500 points, and again we're doing the kill scenario. Cool. Alex. Okay, so this is after deployment and after the roll of first turn, which I won and gave James the first turn. So I'm going to give you a quick overview of the board. So we got, once again, like the last battle report, a bit of a outskirts area. We've got a little forest in the corner there, a couple of impassable terrain bits in the middle here, the hill and a smaller hill down there where James's forces arrayed, and then mine is all down here where this hill and impassable terrain is. So a couple of alterations to my army from last time. I've still got my two favorite units in the game so far, which is my cavalry units, and then I got a line of arquebusiers, all troops, so 3 troop choices. And I got my trusty spear phalanx horde, protected by the Rock of Doom. And then I got my foot guard and pole arms, all both regiments on the side here. And then I got my general on the griffin, and I got 2 wizards. I've got the lightning wizard over here and a fireball wizard over there. So that's my 1500 points, as you can see there. And now we're going to go do James's army. And I'm just going to let him talk because I have no idea what these things are.
Can't remember.
But they look cool. So we'll start down there.
We've got one over here.
Oh yeah. There's one in the forest down here.
These are a unit. It's a troop of spectres.
They're the shooting units.
They're the shooting units. Yeah, they've got like lots of sort of bodies that can shoot out fireballs and stuff. Okay. We have Cthulhu's son, I like to call him. He's a void lurker with Dark Lord's Oinks ring. We have a Shadow Hulk. We have a the unit's still unfinished yet. I've got more stuff to add to its base, but that is a horde of fiends with the Brew of Sharpness. Bloodworms, yeah, a regiment of bloodworms with, I think it's a Brew of Courage they have. Yeah, we have a unit of Reapers with the Chant of Hate. So obviously a regiment. We have a troop of Shadowhounds and a regiment of Nightmares, and they have, I had some 2 points spare. I'll just give them the Brew of Haste, gives them an extra move, so they can fly 22 inches.
Give us a quick synopsis of what you're thinking of when you designed this army, not army list, but more like yeah.
Well, I've always been a massive fan of the Cthulhu mythos, and I've always wanted to do a list based on it. And as I said, in the last Kings of War, I've always played my ogres, and I decided to definitely do the Cthulhu mythos army, and I was going to do it as the demons. Sorry, the Abyssals. I said it right there.
Yeah.
But then the Uncharted Empires come out, and the fluff for the Nightstalkers just almost matched what I wanted for my Cthulhu army. So that's really it. And as you can see, it's a mix of Reaper,
Privateer.
There's a few other places that I can't remember off the top of my head where I've got them from. But yeah, that's it really.
I think it's looking good, man. I'm really impressed. I love the fact in this game it allows you to do that sort of thing, you know, so you can just cobble together some interesting themes and interesting looking army dynamics. I mean, I don't even know what the hell that is, but
they're quite hard because you've got to zoom right in, because the detail on, like, say, this middle guy, there's a guy who looks like he's going to shoot out some sort of like dial or something. You can't really tell from a distance. But hey, that's what they are.
Alright, well, James has got first turn, so we'll come to you, back to you when he's done his first turn. Okay, so this was Nightkin. Is it Nightkin? No. what's this called?
Nightstalkers.
Nightstalkers, that's it. Nightstalkers turn 1. Nice and simple. Don't forget, they got that unit down there that just shuffled up in the woods.
Still not sure what they're doing there.
And then what's happening here? Everything else is moved up into a clump, all on this, what is my left flank, and James's right flank. As
My
you can see,
general plan is I do completely random movements and I completely throw you off your track.
I see that, it's working already. Yeah, for one, he's using miniatures I don't understand the look of, and then two, he's just randomly moving around. So he's basically moved up everything onto a heavy left flank, as you can see, because I just showed you what the board looked like. For the rest of the board, barren, except for that one unit down there. So he's got no shooting, except for that unit which I just pointed at, and magic is basically not affected this turn because everything just advanced or moved forward. So there you go. Nice swift first turn.
That's what I like.
So let's go to my first turn then. Right, so my turn was one little revelation I discovered, we'll get back to in a second. But my flanking night force, I've just ignored those little grabby, gribbly things in the forest and moved around the flank here. These arquebusiers were kind of out of range and out of sight of anything, so they've just shuffled around. Down here on my line, my spearmen moved just a little bit forward, just to get in line so there are no flank charges available anywhere here, or anything sneaky from James. These guys held their ground. My lightning wizard moved up to there so you can get a bead on those flyers over there. And then my fire wizard did the same thing. I realized, which is a mistake we made in the previous game, is that fireball only has a range of 12, not 24 like I thought it was. So instead, he moved over here and cast Bane Chant on that unit there. Shooting phase, this rightmost unit of arquebusiers didn't have a bead on Cthulhu, Big Daddy Cthulhu. So instead they shot that big crab thing at the back. Put 1 wound on that. Obviously no problem with the morale check. And then this unit, with their piercing 3, put 2 wounds on the Cthulhu general. Cthulhu-san. I actually got really excited because I rolled 11 on my morale. And plus the 2 there is 13. I was thinking, ooh, this might be a waiver or something like that. And then James pointed out he's like 17.
17, 19.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, really deflated. But there you go. That's my turn. 1 done. So now we'll see what these Nightstalker army does on their turn 2. Okay, so Nightstalker's turn 2. And what happened? Well, James has moved up his line. Formed like that next to this big outpost tree trunk thing. His flyers moved off that hill down this way, ignoring my left flank. How dare you, James?
Oh, bugger.
What's up?
I just realised
So, what he did was he double charged my spearmen with Cthulhu-san and
the
Fiends thing. It was quite a brutal combat. Cthulhu-san has 10 attacks. He caused 6 wounds on the spearmen. And these guys have the +1 to hit banner. And they also caused, I can't remember. 20 altogether, so 14 from them. So 14 from them, 6 from them. As you can see, all these destroyed hearts on the floor here meant my spearmen went kapoof. Even with the reroll, James was not bad enough to roll a double 1. So that's the first blood drawn right there. Now I've got to think about what I'm going to do on my turn. This is crazy because he's positioned it really well. Even if I bring my knights around, I'm going to get charged rather than me charge him. So my flanking force is being flanked. And I've got my arquebusier sitting here. How do you think that went, James?
It went really well, but I completely forgot about his general over there. I thought I'd readdress myself to face the knights, but my original plan was for him to move up into there and then sort of swoop round here. Completely forgetting my plan, I've decided to reform them that way, and of course...
Were you over-concerned by the knights? Oh, by the way, this knight took 2 wounds,
yes, 2 wounds
from those little gribblies in the bushes there. Pew, pew. Okay, so that's what the battlefield looks like. We will come back with my turn 2. Okay, so Kingdoms of Men turn 2. Nothing major to report yet, as I caught on the back foot. What I've done is I've moved my knights up to face on the oncoming whatever thing horde, gribbly horde. What I did was I did charge my handgunners or arquebusiers into the flank of Daddy Cthulhu here, and then those arquebusiers had a bead on the big crab thing, and so did both my wizards over here. And then these ones fired on the big gribbly at the back there. So I put 2 wounds on him, but obviously he's miles away from getting nerved out.
He's like 20.
And then between these guys, a fireball 6 and a lightning 5, I put 2 more wounds on him, which was nowhere near getting him anywhere either. All I did on this flank though, I moved up my foot guard up that way, and I reformed the pole arms to face this way, as well as my general, because I know James was worried about that he made a mistake there, but my general didn't actually have an arc of sight to the rear of that thing, unluckily. Yeah. But as I said, shooting face, I put 2 wounds on him and 1 or 2 wounds down there. And then in the charge phase, my handgunners in the flank of this Daddy Cthulhu put 5 wounds on him, which I was pretty chuffed with.
Oh, you're not using, you're shooting on him. Oh no, he hasn't got stealth anymore.
No, oh yeah. But I rolled 10 plus the 6 wounds, was 16 for his morale, and he's a 17-19.
Yeah, 17-19.
Ugh, so close. Damn it. Could have wavered him there, would have been awesome. Got beat up by handgunners. But anyway, that's my turn too. Let's see what devilry James unleashes on me in turn. So, what did the Gribblies do on their turn 3? So these guys charged into the foot guard. These guys moved up to support, and they formed up to support as well. They're like a conga line of Gribblies for these foot guard to fight.
Not sure what to do with them.
What happened though, well, I might as well, while I'm focusing on you, they charged in and did 3 wounds to the foot guard, so there's no problem there, it just bounced off. Down here in the middle, these guys formed around here, and then the deadly duo charged the knights, and as you can see, they got absolutely pulverized by those 2. I think it was 6 to 18, something like 19 wounds, which is way over their limit. Didn't roll double 1, squish. But they did have the pendant of explodiness. I can't remember what it's called. But James rolled 5 for both of his things. The big crab thing took 5 wounds, and Cthulhu's son took 4 wounds. You might notice he's only got 4 wounds via this picture that I'm about to put up here, because he regenerated all 6 of his wounds. Screw you, man.
To point out, that's a spider as well. It's not a
crab. And these bad boys at the back here put 2 more wounds on the knights, but no problem there. So things are not looking good for the kingdoms of men. There's, some sort of demon spawn portal is opened from the netherworld, and these horrible looking things have come out and just devouring humans left, right and center. So there's my little blurb for the day. Alright, so what am I going to do on my turn? I'm really caught in between 2 minds. I need to start putting some dents into James's army, but they are very fast, very durable, and very hard to hit.
And shooting wise, yeah.
Yeah. So let's see what I can do. Okay, so Kingdoms of Men turn 3. Did they hit back or did they not? I'm purposely vaguely showing you what's happening, because this was quite a crunch turn. So we'll start down on the left flank here. The foot guard counter-charged those funny little hound things. And I only did 3 wounds to them, even because I rolled a bucket load of 1s and 2s on the wounding roll. But as you can see, that was enough, as I rolled 11 on the morale and squashed them, overran 5 inches in front of this unit. A little conga line of things for the foot guard to fight. Moved along here. I had a handgunner unit and a lightning bolt wizard. Puts, I think it was another 6 wounds on him. But on the Shadow Hulk, but I only rolled a 3 or 4 for the morale. But even still, he's got a very high morale, so I wouldn't have done much there. But he's down to 8 wounds now, so that's pretty good. And then the champion moment, my Griffin Lord charged Cthulhu in the flank, because he's not individual, so I doubled my hits on him, so 12 hits. And thanks to the Fire Wizard putting Bane Chant on him, gave him Crushing Strength 3. So I think I put, how many wounds did I do? He had 4 already, and I think I put 9 more on him, which was enough, even with the reroll, was enough to pop Cthulhu's son. The big crabby thing that I call crabby thing, but it's like, what are they called?
It's a spider.
Spider, the big spider thing. That got shot by these handgunners. Put another, wow, it was quite good.
They did, you did, I think the total was 16 in the end. Well, I think you did about 8 wounds.
Yeah,
even between the 2 units and the fireball.
Even with the reroll on there as well, that took that out. And then just to add the piece de resistance, the knights charged in. They got elite. Put something like 11 wounds on those big flying fish things, and took them out with the reroll. So James lost 4 units that turn, including his general. That was a big turn.
It's all part of the plan, baby.
Oh yeah, I'm not even gonna say it. Every time I say it, I get beaten. So those are James's 3 last units left. In his 15. Oh yes.
These bad boys over here.
They're gonna put 2 more wounds on my knights this turn, aren't they?
Well, that's probably gonna be charging that, isn't it?
So oh yes, of course. So that's what the battlefield looks like at the moment. I've left all those gems there just to show you where things died. I need to come up with some nice, interesting way of doing corpse markers. This will be James's turn 4, and I suspect that's going to get charged. That's going to get charged, and let's see if they can hold out. Come on, James. How do you feel about that turn?
Well, I sacrificed the hounds. I knew they were going to go. I sacrificed
Those
my
flying
nightmares. I shouldn't have done that in the end because I moved them there to prevent a flank charge into my
spider hole thing.
Yeah, but in thinking about it, they were going to get shot to pieces anyway, so I shouldn't have.
I was a little bit lucky there because that thing is stealthy, so I was hitting on 6s, and between the 16 shots I had from those handgunners, I think I got like 7 6s, and then I'm basically wounding on 2s with piercing 2, so that was 6 or 7 more wounds right there.
Yeah, that was surprising when you charged Cthulhu in the flank there. I measured something differently. I thought he was 20 inches away.
Yeah.
Well, the thing overran him.
You probably overran was probably, but I think what your major concern was, I put that doubt in your mind.
He did about the flank charge.
I told him that if he runs forward, either one of these units are going to flank charge him, and the handgunners are going to kill Cthulhu. Besides, I needed that luck with your stupid regeneration rolls. All right, well let's do your turn 4.
Let's do it.
Right, so this was Night Gribbly's turn 4. And a pretty interesting turn considering James has only got 4 units left. These bad boys up here moved up, fired on those handgunners on the hill, and caused 5 wounds, which obviously made them fled. That was pretty good shooting from those bad boys considering they were hitting on 5s as well. This guy charged in here, and you can see the massive amount of wounds he got in there. Rolled high enough, I think it's 11 wounds, and he rolled high enough to destroy them. But thanks to the general being within 9, he had to re-roll and got double one.
All part of the plan, baby.
That was major because obviously now the knights can countercharge. Even without the thunderous charge bonus, it still allows me to.
Well, it's potentially won you the game.
Yeah,
I think that has.
But it went much better over here. These guys are absolutely lethal. They had 25 attacks, absolutely butchering my poor foot guard. Re-rolling 1s on the wounding roll with crushing strength 1. There was, I think it was something like 21 or 21 wounds.
Yeah, it was 21 wounds, I think it was, yeah.
Plus the 4 they had already, they were proper dead. No double 1 there. So that's what he's done. He's reformed to face the line here. And this is what I'm looking at. So even though I had a really good turn, I'm still concerned that I'm not actually going to win this.
You reckon? No, I reckon that's won the game for you there.
Well, the thing is, every time I've said I'm looking good, yeah, I'm going to win, I'll end up losing or drawing. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to say I'm going to lose this game.
To find the other way around.
Yeah.
Now what's going to happen, I think, you're going to charge that there, get rid of them, and I'm going to probably face around there to face them, but then you're going to charge there, and you know, there's nothing I'm going to do around here.
Yeah, I got to check what movement those things are.
There's only movement 5 each.
Well, let's see what we do. Right, Kingdoms of Men turn 4, quick turn here. I tried to be clever and I wasn't that clever. My Griffin reformed and faced this way because he's nimble, but I've moved too close and James is just going to move out the way. These guys countercharged the Hulk. Even without the Thunder's Charge bonus, I still managed to cause 6 wounds on him, which was enough to kill him with the reroll. So I've reformed like this, just trying to maybe get lucky, because literally all the 11 wounds on them, even if it shoots them with 1 wound, it's probably going to be enough to get rid of them. But I've reformed like that. Over here, I've held my line, cast lightning bolt on those worm things. Bane chanted these handgunners who didn't get any hits, and then these handgunners got 2 wounds through, I think, or 1 from the wizard, 1 from there. So 2 wounds on them, not enough to do anything to them though.
Gotta love that stealthy.
Yeah, stealthy, man. So basically, I've set up like that. Hopefully, I didn't actually check the ranges, but hopefully I'm not in charge range of those things.
No, that's nowhere near.
And hopefully I haven't ballsed up this section where he could just move out of my way here. And I've faced my Griffin for no reason, just looking at the trees, longing for the days of there no violence around. So that's me done. Turn 5 for the Gribblies coming up. Okay, so this was Nightstalkers turn 5. We were just discussing, James, because he's themed his army so nicely, he doesn't want to call them Nightstalkers. So if you guys can think of a nice, cool a name for a, sort of a Cthulhu-based army, post it underneath and we'll see if we can come up with one that's really fitting. John has just joined us and he says, what did you call it?
Hello.
Something of the Elder Gods.
Army of the Elder Gods.
Yeah. So Army of the Elder Gods is pretty good. Alright, so the worms have moved up here, screening the
Reapers. I like them deep ones.
deep ones of death. I might just hide from them. And then, of course, my folly has been revealed, yes. As he moved out of the way of the Griffin's sight and fired onto the knights. And just managed to cause 1 wound. And even with the reroll, it was enough to send them back to the death. So, this is what I got left here. The last line against the Elders.
Madness.
So I'm hoping I can take out those worms this turn and then see what I can do from there with the deep ones of death. Or maybe I'll just hide. See what we do. Right, Kingdoms of Men turn 5. And this is all went to plan as I planned it. The pole arms charged into the grubbly worms. And my wizards and handgunners reformed like this. These units didn't move, so they fired onto the
Spectres
gut wrenches.
I'll come up with another name.
Gut spitters. And then my fire wizard moved over here, cast Bane Chant on the pole arms, which was successful. The wizard cast Lightning Bolt on them, which was not successful. The general has just moved around, and I forgot to move him forward. And that was it. So the pole arms, 12 attacks, 3 hits, 2 wounds. Which is, see my little chicken token. I love that. That's to show that unit is wavered. Because they are chicken. Get it?
Yeah.
And that was also part that was also part of my plan. I actually planned not to break them so that they have nothing to do behind them. That's what that's what I'm going with.
I got stuff to do.
Alright, well show me what your stuff is. So, yet to be named army, turn 6. They obviously did nothing because they just removed their wavering token. These guys have moved out of my general's charge distance. Damn you for not moving forward. Those guys reformed this way, put 2 wounds on the Griffin, no problem there. And that's it. Turn 6 for the unnamed army. Actually, that's not a bad name. Unnamed. The unnamed.
The unnameable.
Yeah, the unnameable. That's them. So now to my turn 6 coming up. Okay, so this was Kingdoms of Men turn 6 and potentially the last turn. So between lightning bolts and 16 handgunner shots, I got 2 or 3 wounds through there, taking them out. So that's cleared off them. Down here, the pole arms charged in, did 2 more wounds, taking them out. So down to there. Oh, I did a fireball 6 on them as well, putting 1 wound on them, but no problem there. So that is the state of the game. Oh, I just flew my general over here thinking I don't want them to get charged by the deep 1 destroyers. So, the game as such is James has got those guys left there, and we have these things down here. So we're going to get John to roll. Roll it over there, my man.
No problem. What do we need?
1, 2, 3, the game ends. 4, 5, 6, we go for another turn. 6, so we go for another turn. I think James's turn is going to be very short. Do you want to just do it now? Okay, so we've just combined the last turn 7 into 1 turn because it was so quick. The deep 1 destroyers charged in, massacred the halberdiers, and they died. And then in my turn, I charged the Griffin in and cast Bane Chant on him, putting 2 wounds on them because I rolled really badly, and that was it. So they stuck around, and that is the end of the game. How many points is that unit? 200 and something.
200 with the upgrade. It's 245.
I think I won, James, because there's 100, 200, 300, 400, just over 400 points.
It was over there when I didn't destroy that unit.
Yeah, the knights. Yeah.
When I did the double 1. Or the reroll, wasn't it?
Double 1 for the win.
Part of the plan, baby. Part of the plan.
No, it was. Once again, this is I think my 6th game of Kings of War, and once again it's been massively aggressive, and everything has died in droves. I mean, this what you're staring at is literally what's left on the table. My couple of units of handgunners and a couple of characters, and those deep 1 destroyers. But did you enjoy the game? Did you get a little more feel of what your army could
yeah,
do?
a bit more of a feel. Bit more of a feel. I love the game anyway, so
Yeah.
yeah, just rolling buckets of dice. Great
And
fun.
I'm also really happy because I got my first win. So
Oh yeah.
I'm going to stop you quickly because I want to show you the rest of James's army.